You know, I keep hearing this phrase going through my head over and over and over again. Waiting on the world to change. I think that's what everybody's waiting for, though, right? Like, everybody to some form or fashion is all thinking at the same time, I don't want it to be this way. I want things to be different. Of course, the things that separate a lot of people are whether those intents are selfish or not. A lot of people are just thinking about themselves most of the time. How can it be better for me? Will it be better for me? But then they lose that idea and they lose that thought, and then they fall back into the hole, as I call it. And everybody falls into this hole. I know more about that hole probably than anybody with being disabled, and then getting the drive to want to do something, and then the world trying to beat you down and tell you who you are and that you can't do it or anything like that, right? But that's the point of the title. You have to break the cycle. You have to show up in the world. Oh, one person. It only takes one person. All it takes is for you to stand up and say, I've had enough. And then keep standing up and saying, I've had enough. And at every point where somebody tries to tell you who the fuck you are, you got to stand up, show up, and tell them, no, this is who I am. This is what I believe in. And you can't back down. That's reclaiming your power. That's breaking the cycle. Doing things what you know are right, even if it's against everybody else. No, I'm not a piece of shit. I refuse to be a piece of shit ever again. Just like that. And now you got to step up and prove that. That's what breaking the cycle is all about. Accountability. Consistency. Especially consistency. Because anytime you show weakness, the world will always come back in and tell you who they think you are. And it's up to you to prove them wrong. Because everybody, and I mean everybody, I don't care if it's your 90-year-old grandma, I don't care if it's your sweet old lady. Everybody wants the narrative to be about them. It's not, and it never will be, and most people don't understand that. And a lot of the people that the narrative are about are too shy and too meek, too soft, too cuddly, too loving to ever step up and claim that power from themselves. There's one in every family. They usually call them the scapegoat. The one that knows the best. The one that everybody else will pound their chest and be like, I'm the fucking man. But when their chips are down, who do they go to? Who do they go to bail them out? Who do they go to for the answer? Who do they go to reassure them? Man or woman, I don't care who you are. That person in that family, that's the fucking man. Somebody can be a very good worker, but that might be all they ever are. They don't know how to plan for the future. They don't know how to see 2 inches in front of their face. It's just literally nose tip and that's it, tunnel vision. And these people that should be in charge, these true leaders of humanity, they're often discounted. They're often told, you're not that way. That's not you. But if you truly sit back and watch them, they prove themselves to be frauds. They prove themselves to be trying to do what you do naturally. So if you do that naturally, and they scapegoat you to make you second guess yourself, to make you doubt yourself, to make you want to. And this is for you. This is for all of you. Because if you're not one of those people, if you're not a scapegoat, but you scapegoat somebody else, beware. We're coming. We're all coming. The chosen in this life are not, they're not believers. They're not religious zealots. They don't adhere to the rules and regulations of man. You're just lucky that the laws that we live by so happen to along the way coalesce with the laws of man. But there are a lot of laws of man that contradict what they want done. And that is where you will come into true opposition later on, is when you're out in the world and you're doing something that you know to be right. You know it's the right thing to do. But suddenly, well, if you do that for that disabled old man over there, you're going to lose your job and we're going to replace you with Felicia. There's a true test. Chosen. Do you help that disabled, helpless old man because it's the right thing to do and he needs that help and no one else will do it, and sacrifice your job because you know you're good enough that something will come along in no time flat? Or do you adhere to the laws of men and let them continue to govern you and tell you who the fuck you are? Or do you stand up? Do you grab your balls? Do you grab your ovaries? Do you show you have a fucking spine? And do you do the right thing? Irregardless of what it means for you. Those, ladies and gentlemen, those are the chosen.